Our awareness of thoughts can regulate our reactions to the events we experience day to day. Analysis using the ETR model we will talk about today can help us understand how thoughts affect about our feelings. I'm Dr. Daniella Mazor, a certified sex therapist, here with questions and answers from the clinic room. A patient comes to my clinic and tells me that she returned home yesterday. The partner approached her and wanted a hug. She was after a long and exhausting day of work. She pushed him away. She thought to herself, "I'm not interested in sex." Spouse, who did not understand her reaction, very angry. I tried to understand what was being treated, how her interpretation of the event affected her response, how the partner's interpretation affected his response. Using a true model, we can understand the connection between events, the interpretations, and the emotional, behavioral and physiological responses. ETR, model, event, thought and reaction. An event is any event that we experience on a daily basis. A thought is our interpretation of that event. Comment, which is actually affected by our interpretation of that event. The same patient interpreted the hug as an invitation to sex. Following the interpretation, she responded with rejection. Spouse didn't understand what was going on there. He wasn't interested in sex, he was total. Wanted a hug. When you find yourself in similar situations, where your reactions are not clear to you or to the other party, you can use the ETR model. I want to give you an exercise that I give to my couples at the clinic, which is based on documentation of various events from day to day. We will record the event and the response. Emotional, behavioral and physiological. Only after we have documented the event and the response, we will try to understand what interpretations were there, as dominant thoughts actually had an effect. For the response, we will try to understand together the gap between her interpretation and his. The more we become aware of the gap, we can learn how to regulate our reactions. And finally, remember that there is no single interpretation. There is perhaps the dominant interpretation, but situations have a wide range of interpretations.